What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like, subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. With that being said, man, I want to speak on Cade Cunningham. I've been following Cade Cunningham since college, man. Um, and I thought in college, Cade Cunningham was really good. And I thought when I saw him in college, I thought that Cade Cunningham was going to make he was going to make a very good professional basketball player, right? Now, and every year in the league, he's really, you can tell he's progressed. He's getting better. He's getting more. His confidence is getting more and more. So that's good. Um, he's still, in my opinion, has some things to work on. I think he needs to be, um, he needs to be more efficient. I think the last game, I forgot who they played, but he shot a lot. He wasn't very efficient. They still won. I think he scored like 40 something points, but he shot like 30 times to get 40 points. Right. Now his teammates didn't really make it's not really a big deal. But and a lot of times your star player, sometimes you'll have a situation where your star player is a high volume shooter. But the thing about being a high volume shooter, you want to be efficient. You want to be efficient as possible. And so the way to be efficient is that you got to have a go-to move or a go-to shot. Right now, Cade Cunningham is not to that level where he has to develop to where as though he got a move that's just like unstoppable, or he has a spot, a few spots on the floor on that court where as though if he get to his spot, it's like automatic. He's not to that point yet, but he's still developing, right? So I was listening to Running Back with who was on Running Back? Those guys, Boogie Cousins, Lou Williams, and they was talking about, is he a top 5 player right now? Top 5 NBA? In my opinion, I don't think so. He's very good. I don't think he's top 5, but I think he's on the rise though. He's coming up. But with that being said, I want to listen to what Boogie Cousins and those guys Running Back had to say. Then I'm gonna come back and give my input.
Well, shall we move on to another one?
Let's do it.
This one we got a little
What a
overtime
Monday
fun.
night.
It was insane last night. Wizards and Pistons.
That's
Shout out
tough.
the Wizards.
Yes. They put
Oh, the Wizards look good too this
year.
year.
Overtime for Pistons to do this. Cade's 46 points, 137, 135 final. He was 14 of 45. We will get to that.
Man.
14. So you heard her. 14 of 45. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of,
The most missed shots in a game since the 76-77 merger. Doesn't matter though, because the outcome is the outcome. But look, he's obviously one of the great young players that we watch in this league. Has a 46-point triple-double. They are sitting up there in the East. What do you make of Cade's play last night? We can get to the shots if you want. We will eventually. But
We have to talk about the shots.
We have to
There's
talk
no
about
way
it.
we
It's
don't talk
historic.
about
It's
it.
historic.
Cade he's making a case for himself as one of the top 5 PGs in the league right now. Obviously, they're top team in the East. That's shown. This team.
All right, so that's Boogie Cousins said he's one of the top 5 point guards in the league. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but let me hear him out.
Is improving with each game. They're tough. They're full of grit. They're fearless. That's the biggest thing that stands out with this team. No matter who they face, they treat them like, they're the big brother and the other team's the little brother. So I love that about this Pistons team. They're just tough, man. And Cade's the head of the snake. So it's not really much to say.
Yeah, back to back, a lot of minutes, a lot of shots. And again, I think it's an outrageous amount of shots to take. But again, a win is a win. I was texting with JB after the game, like, this dude has the ultimate green light. He's got the most confidence in that locker room. And you look at every time he takes a shot, we've all been on teams where guys take bad shots and you kind of are pissed, you miss you, whatever. Not one of these players on the other 4 players on the court are reacting negative to any of these shot attempts that he's taken, which shows me that there's zero. Look at that.
45.
There's zero issue.
See, this remind me, all right, when you got a guy who can take 40 something shots in a game, this reminds me of Allen Iverson when he was with the Sixers, right? And you can, and those guys, when Allen Iverson was with the Sixers, you had Lynch, you had McKee, you had Snow, you had Tyrone Hill, you had a lot of guys right there, those guys, Mutombo, and they, that was their job, was just to play defense and to rebound and stuff like that. And then Allen Iverson provide the offense, right? But you can only go but so far with that style of offense. Now, I think Cade Cunningham can have more success because he's a bigger player. Allen Iverson, I think, was like 6 feet, 6'1". And then when it comes to playoff type basketball, it was harder, like if you shut down Allen Iverson, it's easier to shut him down because he was only 6 feet tall. During the season, he can rip and run and get up and down the court. That's not, and they did make it to one championship. But I think if Cade Cunningham learns to be more efficient in his scoring, number one. Number two, if Cade Cunningham learn how to use his teammates, that'll make him an even better player and even more dangerous. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he shoots a lot, right? But he shoots a higher percentage because he shoots at mid-range. He got a mid-range shot that's almost automatic. That's what Cade Cunningham, he's going to need a shot that's automatic. And he's going to, like I said, need to be able to get his teammates involved in the game.
With this, again, ultimate green light. And he made huge plays down the stretch to win this game. So I have no problem with it. And I don't think it's going to be an every night thing because this is crazy to miss. To miss 31 shots it's hard to do, to be honest with you.
That's crazy.
But again, at the end of the day, he basically led this team to a back-to-back victory. Much needed off day today, and this kid's going to continue to. Boogie said maybe top 5. He's 1,000% top 5 point guard in the NBA.
But even watching this game, like you say, nobody around him is upset about the shots he's taking. I mean, you look at the roster. Can anybody be upset?
No.
Who is that second go-to guy? And that's kind of something I've been talking about when it comes to this Pistons team early on. I love everything they're doing in the regular season. I just feel when it comes to the playoffs, it's going to get to a point where you need that second option to take the load off Cade Cunningham.
And see, that's the difference between Cade Cunningham and, like I said, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, if, when we saw it all throughout the playoffs for OKC and into the championship game, Shai was able to incorporate his teammates in the game. He got help. And so Cade is going to need to learn how to use his teammates, number one, and put them in positions where as though they can be better, and they can have easy opportunities because of him. So it's all about Cade Cunningham just maturing and getting better. So, just like what's the other guy? Tyrese Halliburton. Like, he out injured right now, but Tyrese did the same thing. Tyrese could score when they needed it, when Indiana needed them to score. And he could also get everybody else involved in the game. So if that's the job of a point guard, not just to come down and put up 45 shots. He's going to have to learn how to be, and it's good he on a team that's going to allow him to learn like this, right? But he should take this opportunity and get better, because especially if they want to go further, than they did in the playoffs last year.
I don't know if that guy's on the team right now. We keep bringing up Jaden Ivey, but I don't know.
And by the way, there's a dude, Dennis, and again, just Dennis Jenkins, the guy who hit the corner shot. He took 17 shots last night. So again, it's not like everyone's eating. Like, there was Green took 11 shots, Duran took 10 shots. So like Robinson took 11 shots. So again, the way it's played today, it's less crazy because there's so many more possessions and there's so many more quick shots in the shot clock that this back in the day would be unheard of. But nowadays, like, we're just getting so accustomed to these type of highlights and these type of scores where, like, this isn't going to be the norm, but this isn't that outrageous as it used to be.
Once upon a time, I was on the Sixers.
Oh, yes.
And we lost the game like this. And we were somewhat in the position that the Washington Wizards were in. And it was a coach.
Damn.
Hall of Fame coach. It's one of my
Hall of Fame.
The sleepy one?
George Karl. Well, he didn't say a name. I'm saying a name. George Karl said post-game, good teams find a way to win and bad teams find a way to lose. And I was so pissed off that George Karl said that about our team at that time. And today I understand it.
Yeah.
Because we talk about Cade Cunningham, it took you 31 missed shots and 12 for 45, 6 to get Washington now. I'm going to keep it real. We got to clean that up. A win is a win. A win is a win. But we got to clean that up, especially if we talking about making an MVP case. We talking about Detroit being a real deal. We talking about culture changing. I like the fact that they got it done. I like the fact that it's a triple-double. I like the fact that it's still a 40 ball, but it took you 45 shots to get it, and we missed 31. I love the green light. I love the fearlessness. I love the fact.
Yeah, see, I like the fact that he had the green light like that also, right? But he can take this opportunity, like I said, the fact that he has that green light, he could take that and continue to refine his game, work on his mid-range shot, and work on making his teammates better. So, you know, and in the process, they still got the win. You know, sometimes Allen Iverson used to score 40 points, you know, and the Sixers would still win. But when you get to the playoffs, teams, they want you to score, you know, one person score a lot of points, and then everybody else, you know, they work on shutting the rest of the team down.
He got blinders on, and I'm going to keep throwing this ball towards this rim until it goes my way. But if they want to be serious contenders, we got to get this more efficiently, especially with Cade Cunningham.
But, you know, when you're talking about him in the MVP hunt or whatever, when you're just going to look back on this game and see 46, 12, and 11, you're going to see a triple-double. You're not even going to talk about the field goal attempts.
I am. Because this is history.
You won't remember this. You won't remember this.
Listen, Chandler, it's a difference between a guy not having a good night and missing 30. You've never taken 31 shots.
Never. Never. My most I heard was 24.
He don't know the vibes, Boogie. He don't know the vibe. But I've also never made 10 threes in a game either.
Right.
So
and a half.
My bad.
Stupid.
But no, I think this is a good win for Detroit. Do what's necessary to get a W in the W column. But at the end of the day, if it took all of that to beat the Washington Wizards, I think this is more of a Detroit thing than this is more of a Washington thing than a Detroit thing.
Yeah,
they are depleted.
Imagine if they lost this game to the Wizards.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then on top of that, you do have to take into account who you playing. Although, number one, the Wizards are a professional basketball team, just like Detroit is, right? Then on top of that, the Wizards, in my opinion, they look pretty good this year. They had some good pieces over there, in DC. So I'm not really going, knock the Wizards. I just think that no matter who you playing against, you don't want to be 14 for 45. You don't want to take 45 shots to get, 40 points or anything like that. That's just not very efficient. But like I said, the bright side about this is that he can turn this, the fact that he has that green light, and just use that to refine his game. Like he'll be able to refine his game. He'll have opportunities to refine his game in ways that most people don't get to. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. And so if they find another piece for him, like another number two, then that's going to make them even more dangerous. But for right now, he got him into the playoffs last year. I think he's going to be able to get him into the playoffs this year. And if find a number two, somebody who's going to make their team more of a threat. So that's my take on it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.